This is an unplanned stream. I was not expecting to do a game stream.
It's making me choose a random one. I can't just select
Yes, Jen, you have to choose a random one. So, Jen really wanted to play this game. So, so this is Jen playing. This is not me. I'm going to try and field questions as I can here. But, yeah. So, we'll see how this goes. And Jen has not really had a lot of experience with motion-controlled games. We just finished recording our monthly podcast, and we talked about how she wasn't really big into the original Wii Sports. So we'll see how this goes.
You said I should stay. Okay.
You probably want to stand. Why don't you stand back here?
No, I'll be fine right here.
Okay. If you want to try and sit down while playing, you're welcome.
How do I recalibrate this thing?
It'll tell you what to do. Just press the button it tells you to.
There we go.
And it'll tell you how to fight within this game. Okay, so if anyone has any questions or anything, please feel free to chime in. I know I said we weren't going to do this. This is kind of unplanned. I was going to be spending some time with Jen, but Jen wanted to give this a shot. So I'm going to post this on Reddit. And she is playing Chambara right now, which is one of the few games that is being demoed in this playtest. Yes, I know, Doyle. I said I wasn't going to stream, and I had not planned on it, but Jen wanted to play the game, and I'm like, well, if you're going to play, maybe we should stream. And she's like, okay, fine. So, hold on. Want you to say hi, Jen?
Hello.
Hopefully you can hear that. Yeah, so this is Jen learning how to play Chambara right now. And I figured I'd be on and talking with the people.
Oh, okay. That doesn't make sense.
So, thank you for joining us again, Doyle. I remember seeing you last night, too. Doyle says hello. Jen is giggling right now. You probably cannot hear. The fire dragon is on here, too. Hi, the fire dragon. Oh, you... Okay, so in order to do this, if you want to defend, you want to defend opposite the direction they're going. If you're attacking, you want to attack them the same way that they're holding it. So if he's holding the sword at an angle...
Doesn't make okay.
Because if it's crossing, then it's blocking. If it's not crossing, it can't block. Fire Dragon, that's probably because this was unplanned and unannounced. I'm actually trying to post this on Reddit right now. I was not expecting to do this, so sorry if I told a lie. That was not my plan, but I'm glad I still have a few people who are interested. And let's get this actually posted. Yeah, I think for your first fight in this, it just sets you up with someone who's not going to do anything to let you kick their butt. Because last night, my first fight was against someone who didn't fight back either.
Round 2. Ready? Fight.
Okay, it should be posted on Reddit now. So if you have questions for me or for Jen is the one who's playing this, please go ahead and chime in. This is her first time playing this. This is an online playtest. It is only going to be for the next 40 minutes or so, and then they're going to shut it down again. This game, Nintendo Switch Sports, is not due to come out until April, but they're doing these online playtests, I'm assuming, to make sure that their online infrastructure is doing okay. And I think that it's already improved because she got right into a game tonight. And last night, I was having problems at first. Who is Jen? Jen, she helps out with the website on occasion. She does the podcast, the monthly podcasts with me. We also have our patron exclusive Jen Plays, where I get her to play old games that she hasn't played and get her opinions on it. But yeah, she decided she wanted to come over and play some Nintendo Switch Sports. So she's the one who's playing. Although right now she's on her phone wasting valuable time.
I am waiting for an opponent. Thank you.
Wasting valuable time. Anyway, yes, that's who Zen is. Zen is Jen.
Oh, yay!
Doyle says that's awesome. Ah, you're playing bowling.
Yes.
This is cool. It has you bowling against like dozens of people at a time.
16 people.
It's between 1 dozen and 2 dozen. That counts as dozens, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what I have to say about this that I didn't already say last night. But again, if anyone has any questions or anything, please feel free. I think wasting time is playing the Wii U. Man, some people just have a hate-on for the Wii U. And I understand that because that console had its issues. But there were some good games on the Wii U. Granted, most of those good games got ported to the Switch, but it had some good games. Granted, not many of them, but okay, yeah. I don't think we need to dunk on the Wii U. I think it's been enough of a disaster in its own right that we don't need to highlight how much of a disaster it was. Everybody knows.
Oh, that's cute. There's a little chat box.
Round.
Little chat box? What are
Yeah,
you...
like if you hold R,
Uh-huh.
you get to say hi.
Oh! You know, I didn't even mess around with that, but that's true. Jen's noticing how you can make little chat expressions.
Okay, so how do I...
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Keep holding the button down as you move it. You have to... the ZR button. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Time's up.
Okay.
Wow, right down the middle, almost.
Almost.
Hi, Free Fire! Free Fire says hello. So, just to catch up the people who are just joining in, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, and I was not planning on doing another live stream, but Jen wanted to try out the demo, and the timing just happened to work out, and I said, hey, do you want to stream it while you're playing? And she said, sure. So Jen is playing, and I am kind of commenting on it. And I think Jen might be a better bowler than I am.
Maybe?
I'm not a very good bowler. But we'll see if you can pick up the spare. Good one. Nice.
I think you can control it.
Yeah. What do you mean you think you can control it?
Control the ball as it's rolling.
As it's rolling?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Jen's saying she thinks you can control it as it's rolling, and I'm dubious about that claim. I think you can add spin to it as you twist your arm as you're moving.
Because you hold the ZR button
Yeah.
as you're doing it, and then I move my wrist around a little.
Hmm.
Okay. So maybe
Okay, there goes that theory. Jen thought you could control it after throwing it, and I'm like, I don't think so. Oh, yep, you made that one. Of course, if you don't start getting in some strikes, you're going to get kicked off soon enough. Because apparently, winners make strikes, I guess. But not in baseball. And for anyone who has an issue with the sound of the voice right now, again, I'm sorry. I think that's...
I'm still in.
I think that's an issue with the sound, the recording equipment I'm using. Jen is pleased that she is still in this match.
Round 2.
Top 5.
Top 5. Yeah, gotta start getting on your game because you'll get kicked out if you can't stay in there. You're very close to my TV, by the way.
I know.
You really should get back here, especially because you are standing up like I told you should be doing. The moment you hit something, I'm going to tell you to move. Hey, I'm one to talk. Like I said, I think you might be a better bowler than me. But also, man, Jen, you totally whiffed that. She's shooting daggers at me right now. It's great.
Oh my god.
What's my favorite sport in the Nintendo Switch test? For me personally, I think it's honestly Chambara, which is weird because that was not the one I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to tennis. Jen has thus far only played Chambara and bowling, so we'll have to wait until it lets her play tennis to see which of the 3 is her favorite. I was kind of hoping that they would have another game added to this test, but it looks like they're just going to do the same 3 all weekend. Knight of Justice says, wow, it's permitted to show in the stream the playtest. Nintendo doesn't want you to, but they didn't do anything yesterday, so they're probably not going to do anything today. I don't know, we'll see, but like I said yesterday, I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm a small channel, and I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not breaching non-disclosure agreements. I'm just commenting on a game that I'm playing. Excuse me. What do you think, Jen?
It's fun.
Oh, Jen's having fun.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't like Wii Sports, Jen.
I normally don't, but this is fun.
Okay,
No,
interesting.
Might beat me.
Rob Whitaker says, hi. Hi, Rob Whitaker. Let's see. Doyle says, where can I find the podcast? The podcast we release on this channel every month. And if you are a Patreon patron on eShopperReviews on the subreddit, Patreon patrons get access to it a week earlier. Leonardo Bonino says, I know you can play as your Mii, but I miss seeing them in the background. I wanted this game on the Mii's alone and will probably pass on it. I mean, I get, your personal preference is going to be your preference. Nice one.
I'm getting spares.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Hey, at least you're still in it. Oh, but you're going to get kicked out pretty soon. I don't know. Maybe that will change once the full release comes out and Mii's will be more integrated into it. I don't know. Leonardo Benito says, not what I hoped for. I wanted Woohoo Island. I don't know. Maybe they'll have expansion content. We were actually talking about that last night and saying it would kind of be cool if they released an expansion for this game. They could call it the Woohoo Island expansion. And I could totally see them doing that. Then again, I could also totally see them completely dropping the ball on it and not doing it at all. So you gonna get a strike this time, Jen?
I don't know.
You don't know. You keep getting 9s and then having to pick it up with a spare. I think it's because you're going straight down the center. Like, it's harder to get a strike, I think, when you're going straight down the center.
I don't know.
Like, if you're just slightly off, I think it might be easier.
Maybe. I'll try that.
You'll try if it doesn't...
Nope.
Oh, yep, that's it. Oh, yeah, you're at the very bottom of your semifinal bracket. Yeah, don't worry about it. I didn't make it to the end either.
Finish.
Rob Whitaker says, I'm at 99 subs. I'm one away from 100. I mean, I know that there are YouTubers out there that have millions, so it's hard to see it as being a great accomplishment, but I'll take what I can get. Leonardo Benito asks, can you throw the ball backwards like in Wii Sports? I actually tried this out in yesterday's stream, and you can click on it to look at it. The answer is sort of, but not really. if you try to drop the ball when your hand is behind you, it basically drops straight down and stops. It doesn't roll behind you. So you kind of can, but not really like the way that you're probably talking about. Has it got you in Chambara again? Yeah. So again, for those who are just joining in, I'm not the one who's playing today. This is Jen who's playing. We were not planning on doing this stream, so sorry if I was misleading yesterday and saying I wasn't going to. But Jen wanted to play the game while the playtest was running, and I was like, you know, if you're going to play it, you want to stream it? And she's like, yeah, go ahead, I guess. So this way I get a chance to do some talking, and she can play while I'm talking. Oh, you're up against a two swords guy, huh? Oh. Ooh. Try and vary up how you're defending if he's getting you. And when he's got stars, make sure to strike him. He was at a diagonal. If he's at a diagonal, you kind of have to be at the same angle as him. Ooh, I wonder what happens if you time out. I never had a match timeout before. Oh! And you didn't reach timeout anyway. You having fun though, Jen?
Oh, yeah.
Jen is having fun.
Round 2.
Oh, someone is asking, what does Jen think of the game so far? What do you think of the game so far, Jen?
I mean, I want to try tennis.
Ready?
She says, I want to try tennis. Yeah says, wait, we can only play tennis, bowling, and the sword game. In this test, in this online play test, it only has bowling, tennis, and Chambara. So there will be more games in the full final release version. Wow, that round ended quick. You kicked his butt. But yes, for this test, it is only those 3 games. The final version will also have badminton, volleyball, and one more. Oh, soccer. And then later they will have a golf free for download. Oh!
Finish.
Oh well.
Interesting.
You got in one win there.
Yeah. Woo. Interesting. I don't like the dual swords.
You don't like using them, or you don't like defending
I don't like
against them?
going up against them.
Okay, Jen says she doesn't like going up against dual swords. Let me tell you, I tried using them last night, and it felt difficult actually coordinating them properly. So I imagine they're harder to defend against. Oh, Jen's excited. She's playing tennis now. Just so you know, if it doesn't match you up with another person on your side, you control both of the characters on your side of the net.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
So Jen is actually using the strap this time. Doyle asks, do you think they will add any more sports games other than golf, like baseball? They could, and especially if this sells well, I could see them supporting this with paid content later. Yeah, I think you're controlling both of your characters,
Yeah, I
Jen.
am.
It automatically moves for you, you just have to swing, but you have to be careful about your timing and the direction you swing. Oof.
Yeah, that's very awkward.
But, Rob Whitaker says, are they ever going to bring hockey in a Wii Sports game or now Nintendo Switch Sports game?
1, 2.
I mean, if they have soccer, I could see hockey being a maybe because it's kind of similar. It just really depends how much post-launch content they want to add to this game. But if this sells really well, I could see it being a possibility.
1.
Wait,
No, it hit the edge. That was not out.
really?
No. You misjudged that one.
2.
Oh, they misjudged that one. But I have to imagine hockey you could probably implement kind of like soccer.
No! Damn.
2, 4.
It's interesting. I'm looking at the YouTube channel as it plays, and there's a bit of a delay between the game, the streaming that we're doing, and the actual YouTube video playing. So I'm like trying to keep an eye on both so I can respond to comments, and I hear Jen going, "Damn," before she's even lost on the YouTube stream.
3, 6.
And just now I hear her going, "What?" Oh, yeah, you hit it out. Okay. Okay. Go get it, Jen. Man, it seems like you're getting a real workout here. Oh.
3, 7.
Yeah, Jen says she's getting a real workout.
Game, set.
Doyle says, hopefully she doesn't let go of the Joy-Con and then it hits the ceiling. Thanks, Doyle. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that subtle dig. So, yeah. Just go ahead and pick continue. You can keep going.
Okay.
Which one do you think you like the best so far, Jen?
I actually really like tennis.
Really like tennis?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though you lost.
Yeah. I think I lost at most of these.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you're having fun. That's the important part. Yes, Jen is playing with the Joy-Con strap. So probably it will not get flung at any ceilings, walls, or television sets. She is being more sensible about this than I was. Although I still feel like I probably don't need it, except for that one time where I absolutely did. I take it it's got you in bowling now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doyle says you are the best streamer. Well, thank you for that. I can't imagine what I'm doing that makes me a good streamer, but thank you. Rob Whitaker says, hockey is my favorite sport, so if they bring it in Nintendo Switch Sports, that would be amazing. You know, I agree, in part because I feel like the difference in the visual presentation would be, like, I'd like that visual variety. You have all of these sports taking place in very green-looking areas, except for Chambara being on that pool makes it a more blue area. It'd be nice to have something with a lot more white that you would get from a hockey game. You know, just that kind of visual variety adds a subtle bit of excitement to things, I think. That and hockey's just fun. Although I feel like gameplay-wise, it probably wouldn't be terribly different from soccer because they both play, like they have a vaguely similar setup to them. Doyle says, like throwing a Joy-Con at the ceiling, that's why I'm the best. I'm the best because I'm self-destructive, that's why. I'm the best because I'm terribly irresponsible. All right, Jen's going to give a second shot at the bowling now. Oh, I see her wiggling her butt now, getting all ready for the big
Do you have to
match.
tell them I'm wiggling my butt?
Yes, I have to tell them you're wiggling your butt. It is required. They don't have the visual image, so I have to support with that. Nice! Well done!
Really?
So doing it off-center helped, I think, yeah? Yeah. Game Bros, the amazing YouTuber, says hello. Well, hello, Game Bros, the amazing YouTuber. And we can't deny that you're an amazing YouTuber because it's in your name. Like, if we said that you were anything less than an amazing YouTuber, then we would be claiming that you were lying, and that's not done. Nobody lies on the internet. Okay, now I just sound like I'm being snarky. Wow, you're doing good, Jen! Jen shoots straight to the top. Jen's real proud of herself right now. You can't see, but she's really adorable. A term that ends with eating grin comes to mind. She very much has a grin that looks like she's eating something unsavory that she is very pleased with nonetheless. Game Bros, the amazing YouTuber, says, I'm doing good. I am glad that you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good myself. Oh, not so good now, though, huh, Jen? Well, hopefully you'll pick it up with the spare. And you're still doing good with that initial... Yeah, there you go. You picked it up. I mean, you know, still not as great as if you got another strike, but, I mean, we can't always, right?
Yep.
Still, you set yourself up pretty good. You got 57. You're still higher than, I think, everyone else so far.
Yep.
Oh, although it looks like Matt hasn't gone yet, so Matt might beat you. Because Matt also had a double strike in the first round. Whoa, we had a bunch of people with doubles. Okay. So maybe it's just a bunch of people haven't bowled yet. Rob Whitaker says, I'm definitely getting this game. I like Wii Sports. I like Wii Sports Resort. I like Wii Play. I like Wii Music. Actually, no, forget about that last one. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine there are some people who liked Wii Music. It must have appealed to some people. But for most, it was just a big what the heck moment from Nintendo. Especially that one weird E3 where they were demoing that game, and everyone was like, they're really wasting a lot of time on this nothing game. Why are they wasting so much time on this thing that no one is interested in? Yeah. And Doyle says, Jen is doing pretty good. I agree, Jen is doing really good. Currently, she is the top of her group. She is set up to win if she doesn't mess up.
Thanks.
Hey, but you're doing good so far. Which means everyone has their eyes on you. Really nerve-wracking experience, I'm sure. No. Ooh, oh no!
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh no! And Jen immediately drops a place because of it.
Drops 2 places.
Ooh. Ooh, oh man. Oh no. Okay, so... Okay, reading through comments. Griffin S. says, I can't connect to any opponents. Keep trying, Griffin. I had that same problem yesterday. I was eventually able to get through, so just keep at it. Rob Whitaker says, oh yeah, that E3 thing for Wii Music was like, what the... Yeah, it really was. Like, I think everyone in the audience at that point was just... What the heck? What even is going on here? Okay. The amazing YouTuber, Game Bros, the amazing YouTuber. What? Where are you going? Oh, she's opening the door, so we might get extra noises from the other room here. Anyway, Game Bros, the amazing YouTuber says, I'm playing Nintendo Switch Sports. Good, I hope you're enjoying it. Doyle says, on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you rate the Nintendo Switch Sports music? You know, I haven't really listened to it too closely so far. I've been focusing on streaming and on playing. But just judging from the snippets that I've actually paid attention to, it's okay. It doesn't really, like, inspire me a lot, but it does what it needs to. So I guess 7, 6, somewhere in there. Oh, no. Come on, you got to catch up. You're only a few points behind that Japanese... yeah, you're only a few points behind the Japanese guy. Okay, now you're starting to fall more behind. Man, all the Japanese players really bringing it here. At least I assume they're Japanese. Their names are. Kyle Weber says, LOL, you bowl like me. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. We'll take it as a compliment. Yeah. Griffin S says it won't let me connect to anyone. Like I said, keep trying. Just keep trying and trying and trying. And hopefully hopefully, eventually it'll let you get through. But be aware, the test is only going to keep going for another 15 minutes or so, and then there won't be another one until, I think, 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that'll be the last one, at least the last one that they have announced. All right. Ooh. Well, it wasn't a 7-10 split, but it's not much better than the 7-10. Ah!
I tried.
Yeah. Zandrodus says, does this game have legs or appeal longer than like a week? It's hard to say just yet because we haven't even seen the full game, but I feel like this is going to have the same kind of casual appeal. Oh, they booted you. Boo. But you did really good for a while there.
Finish.
But, yeah, I feel like this game could have that potential, especially if they keep updating it with more game modes like golf. Kyle Weber says, all you have to do if you want a strike, I'm assuming, is keep your arc straight. Doyle says, are you going to be on at 3 a.m. tomorrow, LOL? Probably not. I can think of better things to be doing at 3 a.m. As much as I thought that I was not going to be streaming now, I'm more confident that I'm not going to be streaming at 3 a.m. Well, this one's 2 players, so I'm guessing it's got you back on Chambara, yeah?
No.
No? Tennis? Oh, super excited about tennis, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be the last one, though, if it's 15 minutes.
No, they let you keep playing your last game, even if it runs late.
Okay.
At least it did last night.
This
Okay.
will probably be the last game I get to play, so.
Well, no, we'll see. Jen thinks this might be the last game she'll get to play, but I'm like, no, it might let her play another. Oh! Oh!
0-1.
Game Bros, the amazing YouTuber, says, I just hit the sub button. Well, thank you, Game Bros. You really are an amazing YouTuber. Just for that reason. There may be other reasons, but that reason in particular.
0-2.
Griffinist says, I something. Maybe they were interrupted because they were able to get into their game, I hope. Man, you are having no luck so far this game, Jen. Oh, you were actually able to do a backhand. I was having trouble with that last night.
Like that.
Ooh. Oh!
It doesn't help that I'm super close to the TV.
Game Bros says, now I have 100. Well, thank you. I appreciate all the people who are subbing. And Kyron Kai says I subbed. Well, thank you for that. Again, I don't know why people are so enthusiastic about my stream here. I've been streaming for a couple of weeks and only had a few people on. I guess maybe just because this is a game that's technically not out yet, but I try to be entertaining as I can. I try to be informative. Oh, Jen! Oh, Jen, you're just letting him right over you. Come on, you gotta pick it up. Oh, what was that? What was that?
Oh, this sucks. I haven't won a single point against this dude.
And you're not gonna.
0-7.
Jen says, I haven't won a single point against this dude, and I saw that last hit, and I'm like, and it's not happening now. Doyle says, do you think Winter or Summer Olympics are better? So I'm going to get into politics here. I think whatever Olympics isn't held in a country that's known for human rights abuses is better.
Yeah.
But as far as what I'm interested in, as far as sports go, I'm not actually a big sports guy, but if I were going to watch one, probably Winter Olympics. Some of those are interesting. The skating is interesting. I liked watching the movie Cool Runnings. Although for the Summer Olympics, I do like the gymnastics stuff. Those are cool. It's amazing what the human body is capable of.
Taurus. That is interesting.
Kyron Kai says, also, you had to agree on an agreement when getting the playtest that you don't say anything about this in social media. I'm not sure if they can legally hold you to that long terms of service thing that you just click OK at the end. I don't know, but I'm not terribly worried about it. It's fine. Rob Whitaker says, I'm really new to the channel. I only watched last night's video and now I'm watching this one. Well, thank you. I doubt that most are going to be quite like this. Most of the streams that I've had have not been on new games. Although I did have some on Pokemon Legends Arceus right after it came out. Doyle says, so no China. Yeah, not China. Although I feel like the Olympics has a really bad track record with hosting games in countries that just have terrible human rights abuses. Kyron Kai says, I think someone is AFK in my bowling game, LMAO. That happens. Griffin S says, I can't play with a single person. I'm so sorry you're having trouble, Griffin. I haven't had that same trouble, but I'm sorry that you have. I don't know what to tell you other than sorry that's the case. Oh, nice! Get him! Get him! Oh, I think Jen's figured it out. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, this is gripping. Like it's back and forth. Like you were doing really well and Oh, you can actually have a draw. Interesting. And you won the first one, right? So you're technically still in the lead. That's cool. College Slam says, I thought you weren't allowed to show video. Yeah, well, I'm a rebel, I guess. What can I say? I don't know.
No! Oh, wow.
Silas Clark apparently couldn't get into the game either. Yeah, apparently some people are having more problems than others. I'm sorry. Did you just draw, or is it letting you go for another round?
Okay.
Oh, that's new. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Oh, get him! Yeah! Good going, Jen!
Oh.
Nice! Well done, Jen! Gavin Gale says, I'm really excited for this. I've never played the Wii Sports series, so I'm fine with the new characters. They have charm.
Okay.
You know, I don't dislike them like some people have had. Oh, you're done? You still got... not one more? You got one more in you?
Thing is, I don't want to do bowling.
It might put you in another game. We'll see what it puts you in. Jen really doesn't want to do bowling. Apparently she doesn't care for the bowling. Which is funny, because you're better at the bowling than I am. Yeah, you are. You had multiple strikes in a row that time. That was cool.
Give me tennis. I want tennis.
Jen really wants tennis. Nope, it's going to put you in bowling. Sorry, Jen. Okay, so... let's see. Final round was in the past Wii Sports Resort, Kyron Kai says. I actually never played Wii Sports Resort, so that's cool to know. Rob Whitaker says, I got to go. I'll come back in like 5 minutes. I'm not sure if I'll still be streaming then. I might be. We'll see. But hope to see you soon. College Slam asks, what sports do you think they'll add? I don't know for sure because you can never predict Nintendo. But if I had to guess, it looks like they're kind of doing a mix of old and new. So if they had to do more... a lot of people are asking for baseball. A lot of people are asking for boxing. So those two I could see being strong candidates. Not sure what else. We were talking last night and we said that pool might be a good one for them to bring too. So, Mask and Glasses says, I don't dislike them. I just miss Matt and Abby and all the nostalgia I grew up with. You know, they are bringing back the Miis, it looks like. At least in the preview video, it looked like they were doing that. So, maybe you'll still have Matt and Abby, or at least you can create them. Omega Zach Power. Hey, Omega Zach Power, good to see you. Says, hey, sorry to come late. I know you were streaming. Yeah, I know. I said I wasn't going to, and then I did. I was not planning on streaming tonight, but Jen wanted to play the demo while it was up, and I was like, well, do you want to stream your playing? And she was okay with it. So we're actually watching Jen play right now. Let's see. Mask and Glasses says, I wish we could play more games, though. You know, it's a free demo. I can't fault them for still keeping some of their cards close to the chest. You know, they want to make people actually buy the full game. Kyron Kai says, I think this may be my last game. Yeah, it's probably going to be Jen's last as well, unless she gets booted early. Then she might be able to do one more, which I imagine she's probably hoping for because it sounds like bowling is her least favorite. She agrees. Bowling is her least favorite. If I had to pick my least favorite, actually, I'd probably say out of the three, probably bowling as well. Although I don't dislike it. I just think I like the other two better. College Slam asks, will they add a random bowling with a 1-to-1 random instead of the way bowling is now? I don't know. The original Wii Sports wasn't exactly big when it came to options, and they might want to choose to keep it simple this time. So they could, but if I had to choose one or the other, I'd say probably not. They'll probably go for simplicity. I hope I'm wrong, but that's my guess. Doyle says strike. I'm guessing you had a strike earlier. Yeah. Jen shrugs. She's like, yeah, sure. No big deal. I'm cool. I'm bad. I'm awesome. Griffin S says, I got in with people last night. Well, at least you got some time in at least. I'm sorry you're having trouble today, though. I'm actually having much less trouble today than yesterday. Well, Jen's having less trouble today than I had yesterday. Rob Whitaker says, I'm back. Welcome back, Rob Whitaker. Omega Zach Power says, I'm kind of bummed that they only leave the servers on for 45 minutes. Yeah, that is frustrating. That is so short. You'd think they could at least leave it on for, you know, an hour or two. But, I don't know. I guess they feel like they don't really need to give people a taste of these games. People already know what to expect. It's more like they're just trying to test out the online servers. Testing. Yeah, it's totally stress testing. Jen agrees. Gavin Gale says, the voice announcer feels off to me. The old games announcer has no competition, but I do like it better than Wii Sports Club 1. I have not really been focusing on that, so I couldn't say. Kyron Kai says 2 minutes. Yeah, it looks like the test is almost over, so I'm pretty sure, unless Jen gets into another game real quick after this one, this is probably the last game. Silas Clark asks, what sort of trouble did you have? Nintendo support couldn't solve anything for me. For me, it was just getting into a game. I kept getting disconnected. Someone says, Doyle says, look at her score. Yeah, doing pretty good. You're only 3 points behind the lead. That's not bad. Okay, now you're 7 points behind the lead, but still doing good. Although, once Le Petit UI gets up there, I think they're going to end up ahead of you. Omega Zach Power says, imagine having a basketball online play. Yeah, that'd be cool. Basketball would be a nice addition. Although, given the international appeal that this game is going for, I'm not sure if they're likely to add something like basketball or American football. I think they're going to stick to more sports that have international appeal. Kyron Kai says, OMG, got into one more game, 1 minute to spare. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that ourselves because we're reaching the end of the playtest here. I don't think there will be time for another match, Jen, Omega Zach Power says. Although, interesting, they're calling you Zen, so they're calling you by your nickname.
Yeah, my alias.
Yeah, that is her alias. Silas Clark says, mine told me I couldn't connect to other consoles over and over, unfortunately. My internet certainly isn't the issue. I had the exact same problem last night. I just had to keep brute forcing it, keep trying and trying and trying, and eventually it let me in. And at that point, I didn't have a problem the rest of the night. Mask and Glasses says, yo, I got a last win on Chambara right before it ends. Well, Jen is in second place currently. Oh, but didn't get the strike there. But she did pick up the spare, so that's good. It is so interesting seeing the game on delay on my YouTube and then looking over and seeing it a few seconds ahead on the TV while Jen's playing. And hey, Jen has already done better than me tonight because she hasn't thrown the controller once. So well done, Jen. Oh, yeah. I think you needed to be just maybe a little bit more to the right and you would have been off-center enough that you would have better luck there. But, I mean, who am I to say? Because I did worse than you did tonight. Griffin S. apparently says the test is over and he could not, or they could not get into any games. I'm sorry to hear that, Griffin. And Doyle says, Jen's doing really good. Yeah, Jen's... I keep saying, you're much better at this than I am. You're actually in the semifinals right before the end. Oh, a little too far over that time, I think. Ooh! That was unfortunate.
Pretty sure I'm gonna lose this one.
Yeah, Jen's not feeling confident about her chances making it to the last round. It'd be cool if you could, though. Oh, wait. You were in the last 3. I think that means you'll make it. Yay! You make it to the finals! All right, Jen, so you got to win this time. End it on a high note, right? No pressure, huh? Oh, 3 ladies. Not bad.
Final round.
Go, Jen. Go, Jen. Woo! Rob Whitaker says, are you doing another video like this tomorrow? No, I had not planned on doing this video, so... Oh, Omega Zach Power asks if I can read the last comment. I skipped that one. No, I'm not planning on doing another video like this tomorrow, Rob Whitaker. Okay, Omega Zach Power says, I wish there would have been like an hour or 2 playing time like you said. Practicing new controls isn't easy with the limited amount of time we get. Well... Yes, I will say, if you have trouble getting into it, especially getting into an actual game. But I feel like Nintendo wasn't looking at this as a demo. They were looking at it as a stress test. So I feel like they kind of don't care if you get a good feel for the game. It's more about testing their online servers as far as they're concerned. So sorry I missed your comment earlier, Omega Zach Power. Thirsty Stick says, imagine streaming something that is supposed to be private. Yeah, imagine that. Steve the Beast, 150 Beast, says, hello, you are violating the terms and conditions you signed with Nintendo to do the beta test. You are now in risk of termination of your online account. Eh. Although, to be fair, right now, I'm not the one who's playing. It's on Jen's account. And she didn't sign anything. So, I think tonight I'm in the clear. Omega Zach Power says, I mean, hey, if everybody else is streaming it, why can't you? I haven't really been paying attention. Are there many people streaming it? Omega Zach Power says, a logic way to see things. Yeah, maybe. You decided you weren't going to check to see if it was still playing?
I'm good. My arm hurts.
Oh, Jen's arm hurts. Getting a good workout tonight. Okay, Jen, I want you to come over here. I want you to talk to the people. You had your time playing. Now you gotta... No? But you stream all the time on your own stream channel.
I do. But that's because I know I'm going in and entertaining people.
Well, you don't have to, like, put on a personality or something. Just talk to people, answer questions and stuff. No?
Nah.
Okay, Jen doesn't want to talk, and I'm not going to try and pressure her if she's not feeling up to it. Kyron Kai says, I should probably sleep. It's 10:50. Well, thanks for joining in, Kyron Kai. Like I said, this was totally not a stream I anticipated doing, but I'm glad you're able to join in. Doyle says, the way you reacted to the violation was so funny. You know, I feel like Nintendo is really weird when it comes to the online community. They seem to be opposed to having a fan community even. It's really bizarre, and I feel counterproductive. And yeah, I'm not even gonna. Omega Zach Power says, hi Jen, no worries. If she doesn't want to talk, it's more than okay. And I'm happy that you got the chance to stream again. That made me very happy. I'm glad that you were able to join us again. I feel bad for the people I told last night that I wasn't going to stream, and so they're like, okay, then I just won't be on YouTube then. And now maybe they'll feel left out. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to make people feel left out. I really was not planning this. Kyle Weber said, I just subbed to the channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's funny, I was not expecting this to be a big thing. You know, I was just like, well, I stream every week on Friday evenings, and they're doing a playtest that coincides with that. Why don't I stream the playtest? And apparently it caught some attention, although not from Nintendo corporate, so I guess I should be pleased about that. Griffin S says, I subscribed and now I'm leaving. I'm so sorry you weren't able to get into a game. Hopefully, I don't know. Doyle asks, do I have face cam? No, I don't actually. My webcam on my monitor is busted for some reason, and I have not felt inclined to get a replacement. Mostly when I do streaming, I just stream the gameplay. Karen Kai says, well, it is a playtest and most people stopped. Like most people stopped after streaming last night because of the violation. WWE and Thomas Fan 444, I think that person spoke up last night too, said, so I just finished my online playtest, and honestly I would love to give this a good review, but I just can't, it's that bad. I did not have that opinion. I kind of liked it, but I'm not going to give it a final verdict just yet because we're not even playing the full game. And that's the other thing is, even if you hated it, really you should not use this to judge the final game because it's not done yet. They're still working on it. And probably they're working on polishing up final details, but they're still working on it. Omega Zach Power wants me to read their last comment. Excuse me. I thought I had, but that's okay. You're asking, is there a chance of a stream tomorrow? Probably not. Again, I know that's what I said last night, but tonight was just kind of a fluke because Jen wanted to play the game, and I'm like, I might as well stream while we're playing it. But tomorrow I was still planning on doing some other stuff, and they're not doing the stream again, or they're not doing the playtest tomorrow unless I wanted to do it at 3 a.m., which I definitely do not want to. Kyron Kai says, well, I'm definitely buying it. Well, I hope that when it is released, and if you do buy it, I hope that you enjoy it. Omega Zach Power says, I mean, I wouldn't judge the game this early. We've only played half of the games. The other half we haven't played yet. Seems very promising. Yeah, I agree on all counts. I am not going to judge the game this early, but I will say what I have played seems promising to me, and I look forward to trying out the rest of the game when it comes out. Nathan Rita says, yo, eShopperReviews, are you playing tennis on Nintendo Switch Sports? We just finished the online playtest, so we're not playing anything now. But a little bit earlier, Jen was playing tennis. And last night I played it, along with all the other games. Neo DJ Splash, Super Roblox Zumba, wow, what a name, says, yo. That was me saying yo back. Doyle says, are you pre-ordering the game? I very rarely pre-order games these days. And in fact, I very rarely buy games the day they come out. This is one that I'm going to be putting up for a vote on the Patreon, whether they want me to review it immediately when it comes out, or if I'm going to hold off and maybe get it on sale or something. I don't know. We'll see. It depends what my Patreon patrons want me to review. Kyle Kyron Kai says, and who knows, the other sports could be more polished. I don't know. Yeah, that's always true. And I'm kind of curious to see what they do with soccer, because it looks like they're doing more involved stuff with soccer, like using the leg strap from Ring Fit Adventure. So I don't know. We'll see. Omega Zach Power says, I'm very bummed about it releasing the end of April, which it would have come out sooner. You know, I rarely sweat it when it comes to release dates now, especially after what happened with Cyberpunk. For me, I feel like as long as they make sure that the game is ready to release, I'm okay with it being delayed. Take as long as you need to make sure it's good. That's what matters to me. It's good and polished and complete. If it's good and polished and complete, take your time, make it a good game. WWE and Thomas Fan 444 says, why don't they just make a Wii emulator for this already so we can just play the original Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, which in my opinion are a lot better than the Playtest. Well, the issue is the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons are not a Wii Remote. And they're certainly not a Wii Remote Plus. You do not have the sensor bar for the Nintendo Switch. So having a straight port, especially for something that is very dependent on the motion controls, that's going to take a lot of development. And honestly, so far, I kind of like the versions of the games in this. I kind of like them a little better than what was in the original Wii Sports, because I feel like the graphics are nicer. They're doing a lot more with them. Like with bowling, you have 16 people bowling against each other at once. That's pretty cool. So I don't know that I share that sentiment, but even if I did, I don't think that's necessarily as easy as just dropping it on the Switch like a copy-paste job. There's a lot more involved in that than even porting from the GameCube, for example, or porting a non-motion control game from the Wii. Omega Zach Power says, why don't you pre-order games? Just curious. I review a ton of games, and if I bought everything at launch, I would be paying astronomical prices for it. And then on top of that, sometimes a game launches and it's just bad or unfinished or needs to be patched. And I feel like, why give people money for something in advance that I don't even know is going to be worth the money in the first place? I am perfectly fine waiting a little bit to play a game if it means that I'm less likely to spend my money on trash. Karen Kai said, I'm excited for badminton, though. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that. Omega Zach Power says, I'm not too excited for soccer because it seems similar to Rocket League. You know, I've heard that comparison made, but I mean, Rocket League is soccer with cars. So, I mean, you have anything with a large ball like that, and it's going to be evocative of Rocket League, I suppose. I'm fine with it, though. I imagine it will play somewhat differently, at the very least, because you're not going to be in a car. Karen Kai said, I didn't know that the Joy-Cons look so close to Wii Remote. So here's the thing. There are, as I understand it, 3 different types of motion control. There's gyroscopic motion control, which is sensing the orientation of the controller, which direction it is pointing relative to the ground. Then there is accelerometer motion control. That is determining how fast the controller is moving and when it stops. Then there is infrared camera motion control, which is sensing where the controller is relative to something it is sensing using an infrared camera. Both the Wii Remote and the Joy-Con, the right Joy-Con specifically, have all 3 forms of this motion control. However, number one, the form factor of the Joy-Con is different than a Wii Remote. So just holding it is going to feel differently. Moving it around is going to feel different. And it's a much smaller controller, so it's going to be maybe a bit more finicky, I guess. But the other thing is, the infrared sensor on the right Joy-Con, number one, is pointed backward away from where you're pointing it if you're pointing it like a remote. It's pointing toward you, not toward the screen. But even if it was pointing the other way, it still wouldn't work the same, because on the Wii remote, that infrared sensor, that infrared camera, is pointed towards a sensor bar that is on top of or beneath your TV screen. And that is how it's detecting where your controller is relative to the TV screen. And so the Wii remote uses a combination of these three things to sense where your remote is in relation to your TV screen, where it is in as far as how it's moving, how it's oriented. And the Joy-Con is trying to do that, but because it doesn't have that sensor bar and because it's fitting all that technology into a smaller controller, I feel like it's not going to be able to be nearly as accurate as a Wii remote. So there's your way more detailed analysis of those two controllers, way more detailed than it needs to be. But there you go. Yeah, you are not going to get the same controls from the two of those. Let's see. Marty Man 641 says, hi, how's the playtest? I thought it was very good. I was quite pleased with it. It's obviously very limited. We did not get to see the whole game, and a lot of people had trouble just logging in, which is unfortunate, but hopefully that gives Nintendo the information they need to do to have better online implementation when the game is released. However, for what little I was able to play, it seemed good. I'm looking forward to it. WWE and Thomas Fan 444 says, yeah, graphics are a lot nicer, but the games are just rigged. Like, for example, in bowling, if you're an actual bowler like me and you throw a regular shot, you get screwed. You're never going to have one-to-one control with doing an actual sport versus using a simulation of that with a controller. And I don't feel like the Wii controller was perfect in that regard either. I do agree that it was better, but I don't think that this is a huge step downward. I think it's doing the best it can considering the hardware of the Joy-Con controller it's working with. Marty Man 641 says, I finished streaming 4 out of the 5 playtests on Twitch, and I haven't gotten any notice from Nintendo yet. When is the Nintendo Ninjas gonna attack? Yeah, I haven't gotten any notice from Nintendo yet either. I've been saying I'm not particularly worried about it, in part because I'm such a teeny tiny channel. I don't know, maybe Nintendo just wanted to discourage it and they're not actually going to make an effort to go after people. I don't know, we'll see. Doyle says, bye, see you at 3 a.m. No, you won't. You won't. I'm going to say right now, as much as I know I was inadvertently dishonest when I said I would not be streaming today, I think I can be pretty safe in saying I will not be streaming at 3 a.m. And Mask and Glasses says, I've always been awful at bowling on the Wii, but somehow I got second place on my last game, LOL. Yeah, I'm not great at bowling either. And I didn't do much better in this game either. But Jen apparently got into the final round, so good for her. She's better than I am. Okay, so that is the end of the comments. I'm sorry if I skipped any or missed any. Like I said, was not planning to stream tonight. But for those of you who caught this unprompted, unplanned stream, thank you for joining. Normally, I stream on this channel on Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Not sure what I'll be streaming this next Friday. I might go back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. I might go back to streaming Monster Hunter Rise. Those are the two that I'm probably most inclined to stream. Pokemon Legends Arceus because it's recent. Monster Hunter because that way I can play with Jen and Sin. I suppose there's a possibility I might play something that I'll review between now and then. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up playing Majora's Mask on Nintendo Switch Online because they're going to be releasing that this upcoming week. I don't know. I'll figure it out between now and then, and I will post a notice of it on the subreddit. That's reddit.com/r/eShopperReviews. But... Okay, Omega Zach Power says, don't end the stream yet. I got a question. All right, I'll answer your question, but I am going to be ending it soon because it looks like it's kind of winding down. What is your question, Omega Zach Power? Oh, the anticipation. And the question is, how long will you wait for my question? Okay, the question is, do you recommend getting Pokemon Legends Arceus? A lot of my friends are playing it, and I don't know how good it would be. I do not want to take a risk spending $60 on a game I might not like. Okay, so you can see my review on the eShopperReviews subreddit, and I'm going to talk about it a bit in the upcoming podcast that I'll be releasing to Patreon patrons at the beginning of March, and it'll be publicly available a week after that. But the short version is this. Pokemon Legends Arceus is not the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon games that a lot of people were hoping it would be. It has issues. It has graphical issues, a lot of graphical issues. For an open-ended game, it's not an open world game, it is an open-ended game, kind of think more like Monster Hunter in that respect. For an open-ended game, it feels like there is not enough to do in that open-ended world. You're basically just doing three things. You're fighting Pokemon, you're catching Pokemon, you're gathering, crafting ingredients. That's it, which is kind of disappointing. And they've removed a lot of the options and features from Arceus that were in previous games, like Pokemon don't have held items. They don't have natures. They don't have like hidden abilities or any of that stuff. So in a lot of ways, Pokemon Legends Arceus does have a lot of disappointing stuff that it doesn't do, that it's frustrating that it doesn't do that. It's frustrating that the graphics aren't great. It's frustrating that it's not a full open world. And it's frustrating that the open-ended areas you're going in are not as full as a game like a lot of people are comparing it to Breath of the Wild, and it's not like Breath of the Wild, but the comparison is understandable because they pretty much invite that comparison with the art style and with some of the musical cues in the game. It's very evocative of Breath of the Wild, even though it's not super similar to it. However, I just said a bunch of negative stuff, so I front-loaded this with negativity. Now let me get to the positive. Having said all of that negative stuff, Pokemon Legends Arceus is the most fun I have had in a mainline Pokemon game in I don't know how long. I feel like this is the first game in ages that is actually moving the core formula of that franchise forward. Moving around in an open environment, seeing Pokemon in that environment just naturally moving around the way they might normally. Hiding in the grass and then tossing a Pokeball, while you're hiding, and maybe running away if they spot you. That is invigorating. And it brings so much to the Pokemon formula that I feel like that formula has gotten stale over the last decade or two, and I feel like this breathes new life into it. It's partly breathing new life into it as a foundation to build on moving forward. There is so much room for improvement here. Like, there's so much that they kind of maybe should have done that they didn't. But it is encouraging to see that they have this foundation to build on moving forward. So, final verdict on Pokemon Legends Arceus is, I think it is a very good game. It's very fun. It is not everything it could be. It is not everything that everyone hoped it would be, but it fulfills the core thing that it needed to be, which is it actually moves the Pokemon formula forward in the ways that are most important. As for will you enjoy it? I can't say that for sure because I don't know your personal taste, what brings you, what attracts you to the Pokemon formula or just an RPG in general. But I will say for me, for someone who really thoroughly enjoys that Pokemon formula, but has been growing disillusioned with the Pokemon franchise over the last, I don't know how many entries. Like I said, this is the most fun I have had with a Pokemon game in ages. So I really like it. I do highly encourage people to play it if they can. But I do think it's not necessarily going to be for everyone because of those flaws that I mentioned before. So I hope that answers your question. My general feel for Pokemon Legends Arceus is I really like it. I think it's very good. I think it has problems, but while those problems are very noticeable, I don't think they detract from the overall fact that I just really like the game. I think it's great, and I think it's exactly, well, no, it's not exactly what the series needed, but it is what the series needed, more or less. Okay. Whew. So I think that more or less does it for me for tonight. I know I posted on the subreddit that I was going to be streaming until 9, but that was a copy-paste thing. So, again, sorry if I was misleading. That was not my intention. Okay. Omega Zach Power says, thanks for your opinion. I'll consider getting it soon. I hope if you do get it that you do enjoy it. Like I said, it's not without its flaws, but I think that if you can get past those flaws, it is one of the most exciting things to happen to Pokemon in I don't know how long. Anyway, so I think I'm going to call it a night because Jen's just sitting there waiting for me, and I do not like to keep a lady waiting. So thank you all for joining in. I really appreciate you sticking with me and sticking with us, actually, and helping to cheer Jen on, even as I was kind of joking around with her. We will be back this upcoming Friday. I'm not sure what game we'll be playing, but we'll be playing something else. Like I said, the top candidates at this point are either Pokemon Legends Arceus, Monster Hunter Rise, or the Nintendo Switch Online release of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. So probably one of those games, unless something comes out between now and then and I'm like, oh, I need to play this. Okay, see you guys. Thanks again for joining in. Bye.